fell down. But I'm afloat. Oh, let's see if I get myself up. I stepped in the boat and the boat slid off out and I went down. Dang. But I've had worse things happen to me before. Okay, we are afloat, folks. We are afloat in the boat. I've got a little anchor in the other boat that I could bring down, and that way I could take this boat out, like up in the cove here if I wanted to do a little fishing, and anchor the boat and just cast out of it. I've also got two trolling motors. I got one that works, one I haven't worked on yet. People give me trolling motors and things like that because they go bad, and generally I can take them apart, clean up the electrics and get them working. And I've got one that is working on my regular boat, the bass boat, kind of using it for a spare. But I can take that other one and get it working too, and use it just for this boat. I've got that little battery pack that I have used. Some of you have seen me use that for different things, but that would be enough to power a little trolling motor. I don't know what I haven't checked yet to see what the Georgia law is on registration. This boat's 12 feet long. You may have to register anything over 10 feet, I don't know. And I also don't know if it matters, like if it doesn't have a motor, whether it needs to be registered, so I'll need to check into that. This right here is what I spent most of my, well, I shouldn't say most of, but most of the time that I had of my own when I wasn't in school or something like that. I was out in a boat just about like this. It was a 10-foot boat, but I was a lot smaller then. And I paddled that thing all over the lake. And we had a little lake not about the size of this cove, just about. That kept me happy. I had a little 10-foot boat and a 22 single-shot rifle and a dog. I didn't think I needed anything more than that. Except maybe a girlfriend. After a certain age, I started thinking about girls more than boats. But before I got interested in girls, me and a fishing pole and a 22 rifle and a good dog and a boat is all it took to keep me happy. This feels like a good boat. It ain't leaking. It ain't leaking. That's what I wanted. I want to see if I got that leak fixed, and I guess I did. Geez, I'm liking this. some kind of peaceful. So I'm starting to get a little bit of water in from somewhere on this bit right here. There's ridges in the bottom of the boat, and the one on the left has a leak somewhere, but not a very big leak. I might decide that I can live with it, or I might spend some more time working on fixing it, but for now, I ain't worried about thinking. Wonder what the chances are that I get out of this thing without dumping myself in the water again. Oh, might be slim. Pretty slim, maybe. Got out of it. Not breaking my neck. So I think the leak is coming from right in here. You can kind of see right where it starts here. This is the wet spot. I'm wondering if I got some of that, some more of that stuff, that rubber paint stuff. What do you call that? Flex seal. Painted the inside of that, whether that would take care of that. But even just as it is, that's a pretty good little boat just to push out here and float around in the cove with. I'll go do a little bit of research and see whether I need to register this thing or not. So I went up to the house. I looked up the Georgia law on boat registration. It says if your boat is over 12 feet and or has an engine, then you have to register it. Well, this boat is 12 feet, not over. And it doesn't have an engine. It's a rowboat, and a rowboat doesn't have to have registration, which is probably good. I don't mind paying $35, but you have to get a bill of sale. And when I bought this from the guy, he didn't actually give me anything. He just said, it's just an old leaky boat, ain't worth nothing. And I didn't push it. I was kind of happy to get it. And to be honest with you, it's not the kind of boat that if somebody did steal it, anybody would have too much to worry about. That's not a concern of mine. What I thought I'd do is just come down here with my fishing pole. I brought an anchor. I've got a little old-fashioned boat seat over there I thought I might put in it. You could use a little on the contraption, so I think I just let it to the side there for now. But what I thought I might do is just roll this up to a shady spot and drop anchor. Shady, preferably a shady, cool spot. Put the anchor out and just sit there and fish with it. And I think it's probably going on about noontime, and it'd be hard to find a shady spot right about now. The angle of the sun, but it's still fun to get down here and mess around. And I back on my head. That helps to cool things off. I brought a rag because I figured, well, as little as that leak is, if it gets much water in the bottom of it, I can take a rag and soak it up, reach it over the side and squeeze it out. I also got thinking that, oh, it'd be nice to have some kind of a pump device, and that occurred to me. I've got those, those little pumps I use to pump gas and antifreeze and stuff like that with. Well, that would work, something like that, and just if it gets water in the bottom of it, suck it out. I think what I will do is when I go to town, I'll get me some of that, a can of that, what is that stuff that everybody likes? Flax seal, some of that flax seal stuff. I'll get me a little bit of that. What I'll do is I'll just paint the inside. The other day I painted the outside and noticed that I still had a little leak. So what I'll do is, this time I'll paint the inside. Now even right now as I'm sitting here, I see a little wet spot there, but I don't know if that's, oh, that's just dripped off my paddle. I don't see the other wet spot coming in, so. Oh, we'll just give it a while. You know, it's a nice breeze out here. I like the idea of not having my big expensive boat down here for somebody to steal, and having this one where I can just push it out in the cove and do this. You know, this is really about all I want to do anyway. I'm not a big fisherman. I'm not out to catch the record. To me, the idea of just floating around in the cove and casting your line out and reeling it back in, that made me about as happy as anything. And I got this anchor here. If I could throw it out and see how deep it is, like right here. So it's about that deep. Probably I could just sit out here with that, and that would keep me from going into shore or anything. Let's try it. Yeah, that'll do the trick. I brought my cell phone in case the president calls. Oh, by the way, I said the other day, I was making a joke about, you know, well, the president might call me, and somebody scolded me for my political affiliation, and I said, I ain't got no political affiliation. I've been saying that about, you know, in case the president calls for years, through a variety of different presidents. So I thought it was kind of interesting that somebody took an opportunity to turn what I was saying into something political. And I scolded them back. I said, don't you be making nothing political out of my stuff, because I ain't in that. I ain't in that stuff. Y'all want to fight over politics. Go find another oh, here's a dragonfly. Go find another sandbox to play in, because I ain't interested. So I don't know if I ever told y'all about dragonflies or not. I kind of believe that dragonflies are spirits of dead people that come to visit you. Not everybody's going to believe that, but I do. And some people, I can think of who you are already, are going to scold me because that doesn't agree with whatever your religious belief is. And you know what? Sometimes I say things that don't agree with my own religious belief, but I still say them. And if I want to say them, I will say them. And if you scold me, I'll just be more likely to say them. And I hate for people to tell me what I can and can't say, what I can and can't think. I had a lady the other day, she's just scolding the daylights out of me because I made a video and not everybody in the video was wearing life jackets. And oh, she just took me to task. And I took her right back to task. I said, you know, just because I make videos doesn't mean you got permission to tell me what to do. And if I want to go out here and ride around the boat naked, I'll do that. Ain't none of your business. Oh, I said, you go watch. She said, I thought you was, so many people turn to you for intelligent, she said that word, intelligent content. I said, that's a big joke. I didn't say that was a big joke, but I was thinking, because I ain't never advertised myself as being intelligent. I ain't never advertised myself as being a, wow, what the heck is that? A big fish over there. I bet that's one of them. Man, whatever that was, his back fin came right out of the water. I bet that's one of them big old alligator gars. Those things are really quite awesome. They really are. So the wind is blowing me and my little anchor line is holding me real good. So I mean, that's working just fine. I could roll my anchor up, see? And roll myself. I think I might roll myself. I know it's shallower. I might roll myself in that way. That or over in that cove over there. I think I'll go that way. Seems like it might be a little more likely to get shady over in that area. I know it's shallower too, but oh well. Things are what they are. I might get me an old piece of, I got an old air compressor up there. I might pull it apart and use it for an anchor or something. I suppose what I'm using here right now is good enough. Let's tie this to that. Nice breeze down here. You know it's hot up high. So I say it's hot. It's not as hot as it was yesterday, but it's warmish. It's nice to be sitting in a place with a nice breeze like this. This could become my new summer escape. Go down here and sit on the water on hot days and just. Usually there's more of a breeze on the water. I don't know why, but it is. And who knows? I might catch fish. Wouldn't that be amazing? Well, it wouldn't be that amazing, but it would be kind of fun. I always set them free. You know, I've been swimming down here and the little fish, I say little, a couple inches long, they'll come up and kind of nip at you. I think they think that you might be something edible. They'll sort of bump into you, and I think occasionally they kind of bite at you, but they don't have big enough mouths to, you know, get a hold of you. But I threw one last night. He kept running into me, and I actually started grabbing at him. I was going to lift him out of the water. I said, you go on about your business now, because I'll be back someday with a fishing pole, and if you want to play some more, you can jump on my fishing pole. We'll play that way. Of course, I always turn them loose. I'm not a big fan of killing things in my old age, you know. I know people talk a lot about, you know, killing your own food and stuff, and that's actually a very healthy way to go about it. If you want to get stuff that somebody else hadn't had their fingers all over, but I don't know, I ain't really got the killer instinct in me much. I think I had a choice, I'd just as soon let them escape. That's kind of the way I am with fishes. I'll reel them in and look at them and say hi to them and then set them free again. Let them go on about their business, you know. That's the way I would want to be treated, you know. I wouldn't want to be caught up in something I couldn't get away from if I didn't want to. That's just me. You know, it just occurred to me, they make these little things that you can put on like a little 18-volt electric drill, and it's got a propeller on it, and you stick it in the water and you propel your boat with it. And I suppose if you had one of them in the boat, I don't believe it would be considered a motorized boat. You could stick that little thing in the water and scoot yourself around in all these little back coves. Yeah. Maybe I ought to just go ahead and bite the bullet and get the registration. $35, that ain't nothing much. Not too much anyway. I could do that, and that way if I do decide to put a motor on here, I don't have to worry about Mr. John Law coming to see me. I don't like to mess with police or any kind of official people much. Pretty soon they don't know my name. That's what my dad told me about going in the Army. He says, I was figuring on getting drafted back when I was a young fella. Dad said, he said, the first thing I learned in the Army is don't let the drill sergeant know your name. He said, because if he ever knows your name, he'll be calling on you to do everything. So you just stay low and keep your head down. Don't draw attention to yourself. And I would have followed his advice too, but I missed the Vietnam War by about a week. So I got lucky on that one. I was ready to go, but I didn't have to. They decided to stop. That was okay with me. It was a lot of fun to watch it during my childhood, on the news and stuff. But I really, by the time I got to the age of going over there, I wasn't enthusiastic about going as much as when I was a little kid and I was just pumped up on John Wayne movies and such. Man, this is pretty, sweet, and beautiful. I like this a whole lot. I like it a whole lot. might be that I'm a lot uglier without my shirt on, but I sure is a lot cooler.